Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good. We better tell each other that we're on very different time frames. So it's nearly
Ah,
about 5 o'clock here. So, it's nearly G&T time for me. And what is it for
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I just had a look. It's coming up to 11, so I haven't
Oh,
quite made it to lunchtime yet.
well, you better tell everyone where you are because that's so exciting. So exciting.
I'm actually in Sharjah in the UAE. So it's another emirate of the UAE. Most people would know about Dubai. And we are
Yes.
that's next door, just over the border that's there.
Oh, wow. And what's your current role in your school?
This year, I've just taken on a new role. I am the assistant principal, so in charge of all the teaching and learning here.
Well, you know what, everyone, that makes me so proud because I've worked with Amy in two schools, one as a classroom teacher and then as a leader of curriculum and leader of teams and everything else. But the fact that you're an AP just makes my day. I'm so proud of
Oh, thank
you. It's
you.
a
Thank
big
you.
part of my job is watching everyone grow. And yeah, I am so, so excited for you. And I know you'll have some awesome tips for us. So that's extra, extra, extra cool. You've been over there how long though? Just remind me how long you've been there now.
Yeah, 12 months. So I came over last year as a leading teacher,
That's
and
right.
then yeah, have moved into this role this year. So we moved over originally actually for my husband's work, and I came looking for CRT work at the school that I'm at, which actually teaches a Victorian curriculum as well, which is a bit crazy to
Yeah.
be on the other side of the world and doing that. But we don't have CRTs over here because of the way that visas and different things work. So
Okay.
instead of CRT, I was offered this other role. And yeah, now here we are. So
Oh
it's
wow.
all fallen into place.
Oh, it just amazed me. And of course, I stalk you on social media, so I know you're doing really, really super well. So let's start with your tip number one.
Tip number one is to be very well planned, I think. I think particularly in the current climate with teaching and the different things that are coming into place, making sure that you're really well planned. And I think one of the big things we're sort of moving into a time with teaching as well, that we have different programs that are scripted, and
Yes.
we've got slides and different things. And when we talk about that, you don't necessarily have to plan for them, but goodness, you do have to rehearse.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
the kids know straight away if you don't know what's coming next. So, yeah, I think that planning and that rehearsal is just so important to know exactly where you are going with your lessons.
Yeah.
Fabulous OCA units and the right to learn and
Mm.
different things that have been created are really good evidence-based slides and things that you can use. But yeah, if you don't have that connection to them and
Yeah.
change them to make them work for your kids, then at the end of the day, you're really just pulling something that anyone could use. So you've still
Yeah.
got to, use your teacher professional judgment and make sure that it is targeted for your
Yeah, I
kids.
know. And we've got all this knowledge as teachers, so we just need to apply it. So that's really cool. That's a really cool tip because it is a big sense of change in education. It's nice to also validate our own professional knowledge is still really important as well, which is cool. I
Absolutely.
yeah, 100% agree with that. See, this is why I've got you here. You're awesome. You're awesome. Okay, teaching or tip two. Tip two. What's your next tip?
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit there. Teaching of vocabulary in
Yeah.
any subject that you are in. I think front loading our learners with the vocab that they are going to need to be successful is just absolutely fundamental
Yeah.
to learning. We can do all the explicit teaching we want if our learners don't know what we're talking about, because some of the words they just don't have in their schema.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for them.
Yeah. And we were talking, I was actually running a PL day on this not long ago, probably 2 weeks ago now. It was quite funny when I described how I was taught vocab at school, which was a dictionary race. So
Yep.
because I'm competitive, I'd be so competitive of finding the word in the dictionary. And I had a really good thumb technique, right? I'd be
Yeah,
able to
okay.
read it out, but that was it. It didn't go to my writing. It didn't go, into my conversational language is what we,
Yeah.
why we teach vocab. And
Yeah.
I don't think I was ever asked to make a connection to it or put in my own sentence. And I can tell you
Yeah.
what, my teachers, bless them, because I had the most amazing teachers, but they never put the dictionary meaning into a student-friendly
Yeah.
way for me, or they never placed it in a text, right? So it was never in
Yeah.
a context. So the teaching the vocab, what's something that's worked with your learners? Is it the developing that student-friendly definition, or is it what has worked?
Yeah. Definitely using, yeah, definitely student-friendly definitions,
Yep.
making sure that the vocabulary that we're teaching we can use across subjects as
Yeah.
well.
So that
So
tier two. Yeah.
yeah, and making sure that it is something that, as you said, that if that repetition's not there and if they're not going to be able to use it in context, then we're just really teaching them random
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Over here, we have a lot of our learners are EAL learners, so
Mm-hmm.
absolutely speak fluent English, but they go home and they're speaking lots
Yep.
of different languages, to be honest. So the vocabulary that we introduce them to here at school, this is the time that they hear it, and this is the time
Yes.
that they're using it. So we need to make sure that we utilize that
Mm.
as much as we can. So we've set up our literacy block to make sure that we have that explicit teaching of the vocabulary, and then our writers are going off to use that vocabulary
Yep.
in their writing.
Yeah. That's
You
cool.
know, so they can use it straight away. In maths, that's our daily review,
Mm.
going the vocab that they're going to need
Yep.
to be successful. The same in science, and we're trying to make sure that what we're looking at in science, they might be reading some things about that in their English lessons as well. So they really have
Yep.
those multiple exposures to
Yeah.
the word. It's just so important for
It's so
them.
cool. It sounds absolutely wonderful what you're doing. Just love it. Okay. Yeah. I
Yeah, we're
guess.
having a good time with that.
Yeah. That's really cool. I really like it. Okay. Tip three.
Tip three, I think, is again, we things are changing in the classroom at the moment, and we sort of had briefly spoken about it another time, making sure that we still have that fun in the classroom. So,
Yeah.
everything can be quite regimented at times, and we do work in a very fast-paced environment. Over here, we actually only work 4 days a week, so we've got Monday to Thursday. 3-day weekend every weekend, which is
Stop.
delightful.
Stop
Um,
it. You're serious.
yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
long's
So
your school day? How long's your school day?
we start at 7:55. The
Yes.
bell rings. We have homeroom. So 8:05 is the first lesson, and we go through till 3:10.
Oh,
So
wow.
6 periods a day. Yeah.
And you have
And
Friday off, or are you at work?
nope, Friday off. Yeah.
Okay. How are we going to
Yeah.
get you back?
Yeah, you're not. Do you know what I've said to people though? I've never been so busy in my
Yeah.
life, Monday to
Yeah.
Thursday. I've never been so relaxed in my life, Friday to
Yeah.
Sunday, because
Yeah.
you work and then you go home.
Yeah. Love it.
Um, because of the the environment, it's so fast paced, and we can certainly fall in that habit, particularly again when we do use a couple of programs that are scripted. You can fall into that habit of all the personality of,
Mm.
your personality falls away really quickly. So, we want to make sure that, our teachers aren't robots, that
Yeah.
they still
Totally
put
agree.
their own flair on stuff. And, I've seen teachers that, that they're losing their passion for what they're doing. And we know that there is, teachers that are leaving the profession because they're losing the passion for it. And
Mm.
I think a lot of that has come down to the fact that they're not having the fun anymore that,
Yeah.
they used to with their learners. So making sure that you still have your personality in there, and you can still have those great times with your kids. And despite everything being, down to the minute sometimes with what we have to do, that you're still enjoying it.
Yeah. I think that's, you see it in Facebook groups, you hear it. I hear it personally. I have private messages sent to me.
Yeah.
I'm actually supporting, coaching some people who have decided to move on and start different businesses at the moment. That's become a part of my work.
Yeah.
Um, Sometimes that breaks my heart because I know them and I want them to be in the classroom. But then again, I feel honored that they've chosen me to coach them to,
Right.
another
Yeah.
business. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
and I think that's, hey, that's life in general, right?
Absolutely.
got to fit in your fun. You're lucky you got 3 days
Yeah.
to fit in your fun young
Yeah,
lady.
absolutely. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a very nice
gosh.
balance, a very nice balance over here.
Oh, so what is it like? Like, how do you get teachers easily? Like, if someone was thinking about going over, what's that process like?
Yeah, so we recruit so our school year is from August
Yeah,
through to the end of June.
yeah.
So we sort of follow that English American time because it's summer right now. So we're cooling down at the moment. It's only 42 degrees today. So
Oh,
it's
right.
on the downhill. But tell you honestly, 8 months of the year, it is beautiful. But for
Yeah,
those other 4 months, yeah,
it's hot.
get
Yeah,
out of we have the holidays to do that.
yeah.
So yeah, we start our recruitment just after Christmas time.
Yeah,
And yeah, we want to recruit from Victoria first
of
and
course.
foremost because we
Yeah.
are a Victorian curriculum school. We know it's hard to get teachers even in Victoria at the
Yes,
moment. So
absolutely, absolutely.
we are finding that there has probably been a bit of a change in the amount of teachers that are around and looking for work. But yeah, we certainly have a process that we'll go through. There's some expos I think that are on up in Melbourne
Great.
around Christmas time.
Okay.
If you're interested in national teaching and lots of schools from all over the world will be at
Okay.
those, and
That's a
we're one of them.
actually that's a really good tip number four, actually. You've gone because I
Yeah.
think, if sometimes you just need a little bit of change, we don't want to lose everyone from we don't want to lose people from a profession if
Yeah.
they just need like a setting change, perhaps.
Yeah,
So that's
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 right.
really cool.
And I guess that is my tip is take on a challenge if it is presented to you because that it can really change your life and change your outlook on things.
Mm.
We came over here and you're moving halfway around the world. It's not easy.
No.
Um, it's a very, very westernized country, but there's still a big culture shock that you'll go
Mm.
through and everything's different and the ways of how it works over here is very different. But the challenges that I have faced with it have made me really realize who I am and what I'm capable of. And coming over with my family, I've got a 2-year-old and a 17-year-old. That's a whole other story. But they've both taken on those challenges as well.
Yeah.
So for my little one, I mean, she just slots in wherever we are. But my son, he's come and he's joined a school at 16 when he got here, and
Yeah.
the
Wow.
challenges that what he has sort of gone through to become the man. He's almost
Mm.
18, which
Mm.
yeah, is
Yeah. Stop
terrifying.
that. Stop that.
Yeah, very scary. But what he has, gone through and the resilience that he's got, and we're from, a town back in Victoria that he probably at the end of the day would have been born in. He would have done a bit of travel, but
Mm.
that's probably would have settled for the rest of his life and happily, and that's
Yeah.
that's great. However, he's now, he's looking at universities in Scotland and Italy
Yeah.
and, all these
Wow.
different places he just never would have thought of. So I think, at whatever point you're at in your career, whether you're just new to teaching and you want to, see the world, it is a great opportunity to be
Mm.
able to travel, do different things. Or, you've got your family or, maybe your family has grown up and you have
You're
some time to go and
looking for a
on your own.
change.
Yeah, come over and give it a go. It is the reward you'll get out of it is just amazing. And teachers over
Mm.
here are very, very highly respected.
Yeah.
The profession is very, very highly regarded. And it's a country that is full of opportunity. And the kids right from the start, they don't have sort of part-time jobs as teenagers or anything like that. They're really focused on their study. And you ask them, I ask grade threes what they want to do when they grow up, and they're talking about that mechanical engineering, and they're talking about
Mm.
these IT crazy jobs that, I didn't even know were a thing, but they've got these, passions right from the beginning. And so the parents know the teachers are the people that get them there. And yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Oh, it sounds quite inspiring. I think I might pack my bags.
Yeah, come on over.
It'd be so cool. It'd be so cool. Well, I will let you go because it is your Sunday, and I really, really, really appreciate your time. And I couldn't have done 18 chats without having you, Aimee, on board
Oh,
because
thank you.
our paths have crossed several times. It's just so nice to
We
have some
have.
quality time with you online. And as I say, I'm watching your success and particularly your family grow up on the socials. But yeah, I'm just so proud of what you've
Oh,
done.
thank
And just
Well, I certainly couldn't, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have without you. So that's my
oh,
final
thank you.
tip. If you ever come across or get offered to do coaching, particularly someone of your expertise, but just anyone,
Yes,
never turn
so
it down.
cool. Yeah.
Everybody needs a coach, and you take it and just suck everything in that you can from
Yeah,
them.
it's so cool having that personalized approach, isn't it? It's just like where you're
Absolutely.
at that time. Well,
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah.
cool. Well, you enjoy your day. How hot do you say it was going to get today? About?
42 today, but
Nice.
it's honestly that's we're cooling down. So we have a couple of days that get to 50.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other experience.
Yeah, I
But
can
yeah.
imagine. I can imagine my hair. I'm not even going there. Not even
Yeah.
going
Look,
there.
I'm in long sleeves. It
Yes,
is
that's what I
cooling.
thought. Yeah, so you're really climatized. Okay, Aimee,
Yeah.
lovely to speak to you.
Thank you, you
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye.